Hey everyone, and welcome back to Bleach Brave Souls. So today, guys, we're gonna do what could potentially be a new series for my channel. We're gonna do a little Bleach Brave Souls 101, where I kind of talk about stuff that new players might have an interest in or have questions about. And depending on if people like this type of video or need this type of video, I may do more. I've been seeing in my comments lately a lot of people asking, beginner type questions. So my audience, I always assume my audience was more experienced with the game, but there's also quite a few of you who are new to the game or just more casual players, and I feel like doing videos like this would be a help to a lot of people out there. So anyway, without further ado, today's video is going to be about the Frenzy Orihime and how to play a healer and gear up a healer in co-op. And if you're really new to the game, you might not have this character, but most of you probably do. And you probably don't think she's very useful, but to be honest, she is actually really useful. So I'll start off by explaining how to properly equip this character, and then we'll get into some gameplay. All right. So anyway, here we have the Frenzy Orihime, and if you look at her stats, they're actually kind of bad. There is nothing really here that's strong about her. Her soul trait is recover stamina between quest rooms and combined with a 7% dodge rate. So, the benefit of this character is really in her team heal. And her third strong attack is a special ability which will heal all your party members for 10% of their health. And this is a really rare trait, guys. There's only two other characters that have this trait, and they are the Parasol Nanao and the Pumpkin Orihime. So those ones are kind of, those ones are not really that common. You have a chance right now in the Halloween gacha to get the Pumpkin Orihime, but the Parasol Nanao, I'm sure eventually she'll come back because Caleb will need to make her a 6-star. But for now, she's pretty much unavailable. Either you have her or you do not have her. So even though this character is not particularly strong, she does have team heal, and everyone who's played the game, when this event came out, probably has her. So that's the benefit of this Orihime. Now, if you're going to use this character in co-op, you're going to want to equip her properly. This is very important, guys. Otherwise, you're going to be half as effective. So if we look at what I've linked for character links, I have full recharge time, full 12% recharge time. The cooldown on the heal is extremely long, guys. And if you don't have recharge, you're not going to be able to heal, as often as you probably need to. So it's a no-brainer, guys. There's really no other choice if you're going to play a full-on support healer. You should know your role, guys. If you're playing Orihime, you're going to be the healer. Put on the recharge time. That's what's expected of you. There's no real room for experimentation with the character links. It's important to note here, guys, that strong attack damage links or spiritual pressure links, which you shouldn't use, by the way, will not affect the heal. The heal is 10% of everyone's health, no matter what. So if you look at my accessories, I have a Chappie, and the Chappie reduces my spiritual pressure to 0. So, my strong attack damage moves will not hit for very much, but my heal will stay the same. Whether I have 0 spiritual pressure or 1,000 spiritual pressure, the heal is the same, guys. It's very important you understand that, and I can't emphasize it enough. So a Chappie on this character, it works. What you're looking for in your accessories are things that will increase your survivability, and the Chappie definitely does that. It boosts your defense, it boosts your stamina, and as a side benefit, it boosts your attack and your focus. So Chappie all the way if you have one, guys. If not, go with things that increase your stamina or your defense. But prioritize stamina over defense. You want to have a lot of hit points. Headbands are excellent because if you use this character in a blue raid, you're definitely going to want that headband attribute weakness reduction. So headbands are gold. If you have a headband, a 5-star headband with some stamina, secondary effect, that is perfect. Tension ties are also very good because they increase your special move, the heal. Orihime's special move heals the whole team for a huge amount. and attention tide will increase that even more. Other than that, guys, if you're kind of a newer player and you don't have accessories like I do, go with stamina cookies. Go with defense capes. Go with headbands. Even if they're 2 or 3 star, I mean they're better than attack based accessories because honestly, you're not going to do much damage. That's just the way it's going to be. So you might as well go full defense and just try to be as tough and survivable as possible. All right, guys. I think that's about all I need to cover for the Frenzy or Hime. Hopefully, you guys all maxed her out during the event. But if you didn't, I'm sure she'll come around again because KLab is making all the Frenzy characters at 6 star eventually, and you'll have another chance in the future. So let's go directly to some gameplay. All right, everyone. So now that we have our Orihime geared up properly, let's go through a quick co-op mission, and I'll talk about the proper way to play a healer in co-op. So let's go find us a room. All right, guys. So we're gonna do a level 100 Ichimaru Gin raid. I'm going in here with random players. Um, this raid, I do have the attribute advantage, so it should be pretty easy, and I will be able to chip in some damage as well. But even if you don't have the attribute advantage, a healer is still a viable choice. You'll just have to play very carefully. For example, the Frenzy Orihime is still useful in a blue raid, but if you get hit, you're going to take a lot of damage. So just be aware of that, guys. If you plan to do stuff like that, healers are always valuable in any color raid. Just the level of difficulty you'll have in surviving will go up depending on the situation. All right, guys, here we go. Let's see how my computer runs here. All right, it's not running so smoothly, but that's okay. Hopefully we can get through it. When you play a healer, your main goal is not to be the highest damage dealer. It's just to stay alive and chip in damage where you can. So it's more important for you to stay safe than it is to go in there and kill all the enemies. So if I can move, oh my god, which I can't, you're just going to want to dodge around, shoot people here and there. Use your strong attacks mainly as defensive tools because they do give you those invincibility frames. And somebody's already dead. I don't know if there was anything I could have done about that. You could pop the big heal if you see someone really low. I actually didn't even have time to react to that because I don't know. Maybe it was lag. Maybe he just died really quickly. But if you see someone really low, depending on who it is, if it's somebody really important, feel free to pop the big heal at any point. This group does not look like they're doing too well. This might be more than Orihime can handle. We'll have to chip in some damage if we're going to survive. And, even with the full cooldown reduction, guys, the Orihime heal still takes quite a long time. So be aware of that. It's not going to be available as frequently as, say, Nanao or the Pumpkin Orihime. All right. Well, we're down one guy. You got to realize, too, that there's a limit to how much you can heal as Orihime, or as any healer. And if people don't play well, there's really nothing you can do to keep them alive. Like this guy, the Aizen, is already down at half health again. So he's someone I got to watch out for. I might not waste my big heal on him because I feel like it's just going to be going to waste pretty much. Because I feel as though he would just die again really quickly. So we'll just keep an eye on the situation and see how it goes. All right. Looks like everyone's still pretty good. I can chip in damage from over here if I have time. Oh. And keep an eye on that Aizen. He's low on health once again. I guess I'll pop the big heal just for the purpose of this video. Use the big heal when somebody's about to die, guys. Make sure you skip the special. There he is. He's safe again. For how long? Who knows? But I will do my best to keep him alive. Chip in your damage where you can. Like I said, if you get caught in a spawn, use your like that. Use your strong attacks for defensive purposes. And this is probably a situation you'll run into if you're doing randoms. I don't really do randoms that much anymore because it's just a headache. People do all kinds of crazy stuff. They don't play correctly. So I prefer to play with people that I can actually communicate with through our Discord. If you want to be a part of that, feel free to click on the link in my channel banner. And you'll probably find some better groups if you do it that way. The main problem with co-op in Bleach Brave Souls is the lack of tools that you can use to communicate. I mean, they have those things, those set phrases that you can use, but there's only very limited options, and it's really not that useful at all. So a thing like Discord is very useful for Brave Souls co-op, especially the harder raids. You can set up your teams properly. You can just communicate while you're in the midst of it as well. So if somebody picks like the wrong attribute character for the raid, you can say, "Hey, over the Discord, pick a different character, pick a different color character." I don't know what's going on here. Those guys aren't moving too well. And you don't get AFKers in it when you have pre-made groups as well. This is a fairly easy raid, guys. Like, when you do randoms, you never know what you're going to get. Uh, in all honesty, we should be done with this raid by now. I just don't know how they're not doing any damage. Maybe it's because of my lack of damage. Um, I don't know, but this is going really slowly. But you get the idea of the healer. See, everybody's almost at full health once again. And there they go back down. It seems like every spawn they take damage. Yeah, I can't keep up with the damage that what's his name is taking, Eisen. And I don't have the big heal available because I used it earlier. So there's only so much you can do, guys. Just use your heal on cooldown. As you can see, it's over 15-second recharge. I didn't actually pay attention to the recharge time, but I do have full 5-star recharge links, and it still takes quite a while to come back up. But so far, we've only had one death, and that's not too bad. You prefer to have 0 deaths, but I mean, sometimes you just can't react fast enough. People take an immense amount of damage at one shot, and yeah, there's only so much you can do. Just especially with the Frenzy or Hime, like her heal is not as strong as the Nanao or the Pumpkin one. It's half the effectiveness of those characters. So here on the boss fight, just try and stay in the back, chip in damage where you can. Of course, no one's going to skip their special because it's a random co-op room. So we'll have to watch all these multiple times, I'm sure. Oh, I was wrong. So again, you really shouldn't overlay characters that have status effects because they cancel each other out. So if somebody's doing a poison attack, then someone does a burn attack back to back, the burn attack will not be applied. Unfortunately, you can only have one status effect on at a time. When Barrigan does his debuff, you can go in. The enemies will only hit you for 1 damage while that debuff lasts. So even if you are the healer, you have a few seconds to do some chip and some damage. And yeah, it looks like we're gonna win. All right, guys, there we go. So basically, that's all you do as a healer. Your priority is staying alive and casting the heal as often as possible. Um, Damage, it doesn't really matter. I mean, chip in where you can, but don't risk your life to, to do mediocre damage. It's not worth it. You're more valuable alive than dead, obviously, and it's not your role. So leave the damage to the damage dealers, and you are support. Chip in damage where you can, but priority is healing and staying alive. Strong attacks, use your strong attacks as defensive tools. Say a group of enemies spawns right on top of you, hit your first or your second strong attack, and you should make it through. But that's about all there is to it, guys. Just make sure that your Orihime is equipped properly. You want full recharge time and full defensive links. Go with stamina over defense, and that's really all there is to it. Pretty much everyone should have a healer geared up and equipped, even if it is just a Frenzy Orihime, because you never know when you might need one, especially in the harder raids. So thanks for watching, everyone. I hope this was helpful to you, and I will see you in the next video. Bye-bye.